Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by the Student Council President Adebukola Owosaba.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and please be seated. A farewell address will now be presented by the class of 2006 President, Carol Ann Macchio.
Thank you, and good morning and welcome, friends, family, faculty, and friends. It's an absolute honor to be here right now. So before I begin, I think that it's absolutely necessary to address our teachers, especially our class advisors, Mr. Soroka and Mr. Wildermuth. On behalf of the class, I want to offer our most sincere and heartfelt thanks. I realize that I could never properly acknowledge you or fully comprehend the extent to which you have touched our lives, but without every single one of you, we certainly would not be up here today. Your dedication, guidance, support, wisdom, and love you have so generously and selflessly given to us over our school career can never be measured. You have helped to shape us into the young graduating adults that we are today. So please know that we will forever be thankful to you. Thank you. So class of 2006, I guess this is it. The moment we have been building up to since that first day of kindergarten. That day when we let go of our parents' hands and bravely took our first step onto that big yellow school bus. And an hour ago, We just took a step off the bus that brought us to our high school graduation ceremony. Time flies, doesn't it? Looking back, it seems like just yesterday when we were all sophomores at EBHS. That first day, whether or not we knew each other, we were united. All of us hesitant, yet incredibly excited to be embarking on this new, exciting part of our lives. And as we passed each other in the hallway that day, it was nice to see someone just as lost as we were. However, we quickly found our way, and before we knew it, it was junior year. Those late nights and early mornings of homework, studying, and SAT prep were bearable, knowing that all us juniors had gotten minimal amounts of sleep the night before also. And those minimal amounts of sleep didn't stop once we reached senior year. However, I don't know if we were up for the same reasons, but we had made it. Nothing felt cooler than driving to school, buying curly fries, and wearing those green lanyards. Okay, so we all know maybe the lanyards weren't one of the perks of senior year, but we were finally on top. Even coming to school the Monday after prom wasn't too bad because we all looked like we rolled out of bed, so it was okay. But you know what? Next year, we're not going to have each other. And after 13 years of growing together, sharing our highs and lows, memories, tears, and laughter, we're gonna have to say goodbye. And as move-in day inches closer and actually becomes a reality, we're not going to have that mini support system with us. This is the biggest change of our lives. This is all we've ever known, and now we have to do it on our own. Now it's our time to pursue what we want, to make our dreams into reality, but to most important, make a difference. Leave our mark somewhere in some way, whether it be in politics or medicine, art or astrophysics, serving our country, or even in something as simple as voting or volunteering our time. Use the knowledge you have acquired here from our truly wonderful teachers, people who have dedicated their lives to preparing us for our future. The experiences you've lived through, the relationships you've made, and your own passion to leave a lasting impression on this world. To quote Albert Pike, American poet, philosopher, and humanitarian, "What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us, but what we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal." When we die, we're not going to be remembered by the car we drive or the house we live in, because anyone can drive that car and anyone can live in that house. But no one can touch a life like you can. No one can contribute to the world like you. Everyone here is capable of making a difference. I know it, our teachers know it, and our families know it. But what is more important is that we all know that, in our hearts, that we can make a difference. Thomas Jefferson contends that every generation needs a revolution. So I ask you, class of 2006, what will ours be? Whatever it is, let's make it brilliant. Congratulations, I wish you all the best, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
We will now hear from the valedictorian of the class of 2006, Dennis Jang.
Good morning, students, parents, faculty, and thank you for being able to be here today for the graduation of the class of 2006. Now, I thought I'd open today with a passage from a great work of literature that will hopefully encapsulate what I'd like to leave you with today. My selection is only 42 pages long, so I figured if I read fast enough, Mr. McAvoy will be on stage before we leave for project graduation. Now, I don't believe this classic is on the curriculum, but I have a feeling most of you have probably read this before. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star, this one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Yes, some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new. Some are sad and some are glad. And some are very, very bad. Why are they sad and glad and bad? I do not know. Go ask your dad. While this may seem a little silly, the lessons to be learned are true and steadfast. Now that you are leaving East Brunswick High School, you will encounter all different kinds of fish. Fast fish, slow fish, banana fish, turning darter fish. But it is essential that you are accepting to all these kinds of fish. Intolerance is what breeds mistrust and contempt, both unnecessary in the world today. However, the most important lesson that I feel needs to be taken out of both Dr. Seuss and high school is that while you need to be tolerant of others and their differences, even more important is the need for you to understand who you truly are and accept it. There is no joy in accomplishing for yourself what someone else wants of you. Shrug off the expectations of others and downplay their assumptions. As Mr. Feeney would put it, it's your world, everyone else is just living in it for a little bit. You're the master of your fate, you're the captain of your soul. There are very few things in this world that I'm sure of. National boundaries, the level of the ocean, practical morality, and the fact that if you remain true to who you are, you'll be satisfied with who you become. Do not allow yourself to be wound up by others like a clockwork toy. Do not let people sell unnatural garbage into your mind by telling you what to do. Even if people try to impress it upon you, be tough or get a helmet. To quote none other than Dr. Seuss, it is necessary for all of you to realize that you need to be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. I hope I'm able to impart upon all of you these lessons I have learned during my years in high school before you head off to your respective colleges or workplaces. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to speak before all of you today, and not just because I got to read Dr. Seuss for 700 high school graduates. For this, I would like to thank, most importantly, my parents and my family, my teachers ever since I began in East Brunswick at Central School in 4th grade, but most of all of you. It's been you guys, my peers, who have made this environment at East Brunswick High School such a great one. And I'm sure that if you take the lessons you have learned during your years here, you will all become great fish, no matter whether you are red fish or blue fish. Thank you.
Chorus will now present us with their rendition of It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday.
And I'll take with me the memories. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
We will now hear from the faculty speaker, Mr. Kevin McAvoy.
Thank you, Dr. Kimmel. Thank you, Board of Education, Dr. Magistro and your administration, Mr. Murphy and your administration, honored guests, parents, relatives, my fellow colleagues, most importantly, the class of 2006. Thank you very much. Let me begin by saying how honored I am to address you. And therefore, I want you to know that my message is the message of all my colleagues and of all your teachers, administrators, counselors, support staff, secretarial staff, janitorial staff, who have all affected your lives from grammar school right through high school. Let it be known that they have all had a profound impact on who you are today. It was exactly 44 years ago when President Kennedy said that he was going to put a man on the moon before the decade concluded. And he said, we choose to do this not because it is easy, but rather because it is hard. This is the crossroads of life that is before you now, as I speak, at this exact moment in time. The fact that the easy part is over and that the hard part is staring you right in the face. Yes, high school was the easy part. That's because we challenged you well and you rose to meet the challenge. But now you are on your own, and the path you choose will be charted by yourself. No longer bells to begin and end a particular lesson of study, no longer a lab due tomorrow, or a series of questions at the end of the chapter, no longer mom making lunch for you or dad dropping you off at school, no longer where is your ID, or do you have a pass, no longer a lot of the stuff that made school and therefore life so easy. You see, let me try and explain this another way. There have been things that have already happened in your life that you have worked hard for. I know you have. Well, how did that happen? The only answer is hard work. The best model that I can choose to exemplify what I'm talking about is athletics, since I have dedicated a good portion of my life to the overall improvement of the student athlete. Therefore, all athletes who have achieved success have had to work hard to achieve their goals. How do you think your classmates on the track team came to record the 5th fastest time in the nation on the relay team they were on? How do you think the IPPL team came to become national champions? Why do you think the orchestra is recognized as the best in the state? How did the Challenge Cup team come to beat every team they met in academic competition? Because it was hard. So class of 2006, get ready. The ride you are about to begin is going to be difficult and challenging, but that is what it is supposed to be. Follow that inner voice in your heart and in your soul that drives you, because what you believe in is in fact what you will become. For in reality, although these words are simple, the path which you choose will have a host of road bumps in it. Sometimes the work that will be before you will be so hard it hurts. Might make you want to cry. Might make you even want to quit. But that is the challenge. The decisions you make, the new friends you meet, the courses you choose, the places you hang out will all be new and exciting. So use the foundation that has been laid before you for the next phase of life. But always remember where you came from and how you came to be who you are. Aside from the time we've spent together, your parents and your family have had a tremendous impact on who you are. You can always turn to them for advice and comfort. But never forget the lessons taught in the concrete and in the mortar in the building on the hill. You see, I'm a dreamer, believing that the mark of a champion is the ability to thrive in tough times. I am convinced that you will evolve, adapt, and exploit every opportunity. You can make the future yours if you believe and fight to make it happen. For as classes go, and I've seen quite a few, this class has demonstrated a lot of class. Be well, keep us posted on the challenges, and good luck. Peace.
The principal's message will now be presented by Mr. Robert T. Murphy.
Dr. Magistro, Mrs. Howard, members of the Board of Education and school administration, faculty and staff, parents, relatives, friends, and of course the students of the class of 2006. It is a pleasure to welcome you to East Brunswick High School's 45th commencement. At the conclusion of my speech, Dr. Magistro will present the class to the Board of Education, certifying that all of the students here have met and completed the state and local requirements needed to graduate from our high school. The requirements are the same from class to class. However, every class develops their own personality and demonstrates it in a very unique way during their 3-year stay at our high school. I'd like to take a few moments to introduce you to the class of 2006 from my perspective, and also shed some light on your legacy. I'd like to begin by sharing my initial impression of this class. The students' actual first physical day at the high school was the last day they were in 9th grade at Churchill. They spent that day at the high school exploring, doing various activities. They were all over the building, and I mean they were all over the building. In fact, following our faculty meeting that morning, as the administrators were going back to the main office to start checking the staff out for the summer, we had to stop some curious students who were looking to see how far they could reach from the second floor rotunda to the first floor without falling in. After addressing the students and their actions, I remember looking at each other without having to say a word and saying, it's going to be a long 3 years. But that brings me to the personality of this class, and I need to credit the student leadership, their advisors, Mr. Wildermuth and Mr. Soroka, their grade level administrator, Mr. Vanilla. Throughout the 3 years, we've worked to lay out our expectations for what we want and didn't want from the students. In almost every case, they rose to meet these expectations. Sure, we had discussions and debates, but in the end, the class of 2006 should surely be proud of what they've done to make East Brunswick High School a better place. An example of this class's leadership and collaborative nature can be seen in their approach to their senior prom. They were able to present a case, due to the size of the class, to change locations in order to provide the biggest dance floor possible for their party. They worked with their advisors to do their homework and research alternative venues. They presented these options to our administrative team. We discussed limitations based on what they wanted to do and where they wanted to go. The change was presented to central administration and the board for their approval. And the students spent the next 2 years in committees and communicating with their classmates to ensure that this was going to be done, and it was going to be done beautifully. And I attest to you, that was one of the nicest proms we have ever had. It is that level of cooperation, collaboration, and teamwork that has served them well as a class and will continue to serve them as they move in the next stages of their lives. This class's character was demonstrated in how it dealt with any problem or obstacle and how they ultimately supported each other. As you all know, we lost a very treasured member of our staff, Coach Haston, this year. As I observed the students as they grieved and celebrated his life, they did so in a way that was demonstrating the class that he had, and I was so proud of them. This behavior speaks volumes for them as a class. I'd like to now ask your indulgence as I highlight some of the many accomplishments of the class of 2006. I'd like you to keep the following in mind. This class is the largest we've had, numbering 720, and there are only 398, or I should say there are 398 high schools in the state. Seated before you this morning are two of only 192 Bird Scholars in the entire state. 9 National Merit finalists are seated before you out of a total of 460, and only 1 student from a total of 148 high schools in the state have at least 1 National Merit finalist. There are 30 commended students, 66 Blaustein Distinguished Scholars, 282 students received the President's Award for Educational Excellence. The mean GPA for this class is one of the highest at 3.35. And over 182 students made the honor roll, gold or silver, all 4 years, all 4 marking periods. Our salutatorian is one of 4 students through competition who will represent the United States at a chemistry competition in Seoul, in South Korea, in the month of July, where 67 countries will be represented. 164 students received 1 or more varsity letters and helped lead our varsity teams to an impressive record this year of 328 wins, 137 losses, and 4 ties, which led to 7 conference champions, 5 division champions, and 1 sectional champion. To put these statistics in perspective, a professional baseball team with a similar winning percentage would have a season winning record of 115 wins, and there hasn't been a team to do that. 4 of our teams were recognized for their outstanding sportsmanship. Students from virtually every team were represented with all-stars at selection for conference, area, or state level. We have a state champion in the indoor 1600, and our 4x8 relay team qualified for national recognition. Students had their artwork recognized for both excellence in Congressional Art Awards and the Emerging Artist Competition. 252 of the students in this class are members of 1 or more performing arts group, and you heard them perform for you this morning. The percussion ensemble received first place at the Chapter 10 competitions, and students were selected as members of all-state chorus, band, and orchestra, as well as 1 student who qualified for the All-Eastern and National Honors Choir. Our competitive academic teams also did their part. FCCLA won the statewide competition. FBLA was first in the state in 3 competitive categories. Our science team placed first in the state in 2 areas for the National Science League and the Merck State Science Day. Our math team placed first in the region. Our academic team, which will be featured this weekend on Channel 12 in the first New Jersey-New York Challenge, won that challenge. And as you all know, our IPPL team, for the 3rd year in a row, was national champions. As members of clubs and activities in the building, our seniors have also learned the power of giving of themselves. Just over 70% of the students in this class have completed 1 or more formal community service projects with the approval of the school. Our students have raised funds for the victims of Hurricane Katrina and the tsunami. They have donated almost 300 pints of blood in our 2 blood drives. They raised money toward a scholarship fund in memory of Coach Haston. They've tutored, volunteered at the library, volunteered at the rescue squad and fire departments, and on and on. I have seen the resumes of many of these students. I don't know where they find the time, and I don't know how they do as well as they do. It is this commitment to excellence, as well as the commitment to helping others, sprinkled with just enough wanting to be a teenager and having enough fun, that has so clearly defined the class of 2006. Students, for many of you, today is bittersweet. It certainly is a celebration of what you have done in high school and the culmination of your years here at East Brunswick. But as the word commencement implies, and I pardon the cliche, it is also the first day of the rest of your lives. You'll be facing new opportunities and new challenges as you take on use whatever you've learned and apply it in life for whatever you do next. I encourage you to dream and to do everything in your power to make your dreams come true. Because even if you fall short, it's what you've done along the way to make that dream happen that is what really matters. To quote my favorite expert on realizing dreams, no surprise, Mr. Walter Elias Disney, "The era we are living in today is someone's dream coming true. Somehow I can't believe there are many heights that can't be scaled by a man who knows the secret of making dreams come true. This special secret, it seems to me, can be summarized in the 4 C's. They are curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy. And the greatest of these is confidence. When you believe a thing, believe it all over, implicitly and unquestioningly, and I assure you, it will come true." It has been a true pleasure working with you, members of the class of 2006, over the past 3 years. I know I speak for the entire staff, administration, a wonderful, fabulous faculty, and other support staff in saying, congratulations. We wish you all the best life can offer. Thank you. Before we award the medals for the academic honors, I'd like to continue a tradition we started last year. And I'd like to recognize one of our valued members of our staff who, after 10 years of service at East Brunswick High School, has decided to retire and spend many more days with his family. So I want to wish the very best to Mr. Ian Hodis, guidance counselor. Congratulations. At this time, I would ask Mr. Vanell and Mr. Zukas to assist me in awarding the medals of recognition for our valedictorian, salutatorian, and highest honors. The medal for highest honors and the valedictorian medal goes to Dennis Jang. The salutatorian medal and also a highest honors medal goes to Alexander Zazula. And also receiving the highest honors medal, Alice Gao. Congratulations, and I would ask now the students to take the seats with their class for the presentation of the class by Dr. Magistro.
Dr. Joanne Magistro will now address the graduates.
Members of the Board of Education, staff, parents, guests, and members of the class of 2006. My congratulations to each of the graduates. I am sure you've been dreaming of this day for a very long time. Graduating from high school is a turning point in your life. It is a stepping stone to fulfilling dreams for your future. But graduation is also a time for reflection, for remembering the past. And for your parents, it is their earlier dreams for you that I'm sure they're thinking about this morning. As they sit here bursting with pride, they recall that their first dream came true when you were born. When you placed your hand in theirs and they helped you take your first steps, you became the center of their lives, and with each year came more and more dreams. That you would enter kindergarten with confidence, that you would remember your lines for the school play, that you would score your first soccer goal or home run, that your family vacations would become lifelong memories. Then when you entered your adolescence, well, frankly, their dream was simply to survive your adolescence. Your friends became very important, and your parents, I'm sure at times, felt less important. As you tested your independence, your parents hoped that they had given you the tools to make the right choices, to be confident in yourselves, to do the right things. And they know that now the choices that you will make will be even more significant as you go out on your own. And so they dream of all the phone calls, text messages, emails, and the constant communication that they assume you will have with them while you're away. Should I be the one to tell them to stop dreaming? Or will you think of all that they have done for you and promise that you will keep in contact with them no matter where your future takes you? Remind them often that neither your age nor any degree of success can diminish your need for their strength and support. And always remember you are where you are today because of the dreams they had for you during all the many yesterdays. Yes, dreams are very important. Never underestimate what you achieve by aiming high. Mr. Murphy mentioned his famous dreamer, Walt Disney. Here are some other people who believed in themselves and their dreams. After his older brother was shot down and killed in World War II, Dick Clark listened to the radio to ease his painful loneliness. He began dreaming of someday becoming an announcer of his own. American Bandstand was the product of this man's dream. Fred Smith had a dream, and he wrote it in a term paper for his college economics class. Smith envisioned an overnight, nationwide air express system for urgent packages. Unfortunately, his professor didn't share the excitement of Smith's idea and gave him a C on the term paper. Smith, however, did not give up. He took the ideas from this average paper and created an exceptional company known as Federal Express. A little boy with a deep interest in flying dreamed he would one day do something really special in aviation. As he took one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind, Neil Armstrong's dream of landing on the moon came true. A young man born early in the 20th century was shy and frequently in a daze. While his schoolmates were busy playing, he was off by himself. At school, his teachers saw him as not fitting in. At the age of 26, this man contributed to mankind the theory of relativity. Yes, Albert Einstein was a dreamer. These notable people testify to the exciting phenomenon that if you have a dream and nurture it, are passionate about it, act upon it, you can experience the realization of it. I was pleased to see in your yearbook that many of you embraced Eleanor Roosevelt's quote, that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I urge you to believe in your dreams and believe in yourself. I wish each and every one of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, the love of your family, and that all your dreams come true. Congratulations, class of 2006. President Howard and members of the Board of Education, as Superintendent of Schools, I certify that the students assembled here have completed all the state and local educational requirements for the issuance of a high school diploma, and I recommend to the Board of Education that they be granted their diplomas.
Mrs. Holly Howard, President of the Board of Education, will now say a few words.
Good morning to my colleagues on the board, administrators, teachers, friends, and families of the class of 2006. As President of the Board of Education, I am honored to share this day with you. Students, you've worked hard, juggling schoolwork, sports and extracurricular activities, community service, and even part-time jobs. This is your day. You've achieved an important goal. Congratulations. Recently, retired NBC News anchor Tom Brokaw once said, "There is a place in America to take a stand. It is public education. It is the underpinning of our cultural and political system. It is the great common ground. Public education, after all, is the engine that moves us as a society toward a common destiny. It is in public education that the American dream begins to take shape." Throughout your years in the East Brunswick Public Schools, you have achieved greatly in academics, athletics, and the arts. During the weeks leading up to today's final celebration, the culmination of your 13 years in our schools, I have been privileged to attend several recognition ceremonies that are certainly proof of your incredible accomplishments in these areas: Senior Awards Night, the annual sports banquet, and just last week at our meeting, the board approved 139 resolutions of commendation for students who received the equivalent of first place recognition at the state or national level. Your creativity and talent in the arts are certainly evident to the board. We look forward to viewing the monthly display of student artwork that is hung on the walls of the boardroom art gallery for all to see. We have the privilege, along with the entire community, thanks to our video production crew and EBTV, of seeing students perform at our meetings. A highlight this year was a performance by the EB Rhythm, whose dance skill, coordination, and teamwork were matched by their athleticism and enthusiasm. Certainly impressive, as I open up the morning newspaper, are the tremendous accomplishments of our athletic teams. Our players are to be commended, not only for their outstanding efforts and skill, but also for their sportsmanship. Which leads me to something very important that you need to know has not gone unnoticed. That is the fine character that you have displayed while in our schools. You have been an integral part of the Adult Life Skills Program, volunteering to be an aide and a friend to developmentally disabled adults. Many of your clubs, even if not service-oriented, participated in community service. Our PTAs count on the responsible and dependable volunteers from the Youth Council to help with their events. You have volunteered through the community, on the rescue squad, at the library, and as leaders in scouting. With your parents and teachers as role models, you have absorbed the character education program that is entwined throughout the curriculum, beginning in elementary school. And you have become model citizens. We are so proud of you. On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to thank you. You have proven that public education can and does work, and that indeed in East Brunswick it works very well. Board members are often told how well our students are prepared for life after high school. I know firsthand that the education you have received will carry you well as you move on to college or to the workforce. My own 2 children graduated from East Brunswick High School, and once away at college, realized how truly well prepared they were to handle the rigors of higher education. Having successfully completed college, they are settling in rewarding and satisfying professions, as you will too one day. In closing, thank you again. As students, you have taken full advantage of the public school education that was offered you. I encourage you to always remember your roots in the district and the support that you have received here. I urge you as citizens to always remain supportive of public education. It truly is the backbone of America. Our most sincere congratulations and best wishes always. On behalf of the East Brunswick Board of Education, I accept the recommendation of the administration of East Brunswick High School and the school district and direct that the class of 2006 be awarded their diplomas. Thank you.
Dennis Zhang, valedictorian and highest honors.
Dennis, congratulations.
Alexander B. Zazulu, salutatorian and highest honors. Alice T. Gao, highest honors. Carol Ann Macchio, class president. Michael J. Martello, student liaison to the Board of Education. Lauren Nicole Slater, liaison to the PTSA. Rachel Beth Schulman Schneider, class vice president and liaison to the PTSA. Benjamin E. DeMarzo, class treasurer. Nelson Chu, class historian. Danielle Nicosia, communication coordinator. Jeffrey Adam Myers, communication coordinator. Quinn Yun Wang, student council vice president. Melinda K. Gao, student council second vice president. Mark Abdel Malak. Diana Abdamalik. Sally Abdamalik. Harvey Max Ababal. Sierra Casey Abloff. Mark C. Abramowitz. Melissa Abreu. Daniel Joseph Asiani. Jonathan Ian Ackerman. Anthony Acosta. Kimberly A. Acosta. Abir Arun Adati. Michael Joseph Affronti. Shady Ahmed. Emily Antoinette Iosi. Alina Alexandrovsky. Kartik Amu. Catherine Luz Andrade. Mark S. Andros. Darren Robert Ancosco. Michael W. Anton. Allison Patrice Antinison. Ariana Cecilia Arancibia. Alvin Arca. Lesha Aaron. Lee Elliott Arroyo. Justin Michael Ash. Maisie Elizabeth Ayers. Michael Paul Bader. Rudan Bay. Sarah Kareem Bakar. Farheen N. Bacht. Katie Lynn Baldesweiler. Jailu Bang. Lisa Andrea Bunhalmi. Catherine A. Barna. Okay.
Marissa Barone. Cara Beth Baruch. Rima F. Barud. Allison Beth Barrett. Andrew Nicholas Bartinsky. Jeffrey Daniel Bashega. Stacy Lara Bass. William Stephen Battistelli. Lauren Kathleen Bauer. Kristen Nicole Basold. Brian Joel Boyarski. Dana Kovit. Melanie Erin Gierschek. Shelby Megan Heistein. Divya Bezawada. Roshni Bambani. Sudeep Bhattacharya. Manali Bave. Orit V. Binstock. Indira Biswas. Sean M. Black. Andrea Rose Blenar. Sarah Blumig. Peter S. Botros. Catherine Elizabeth Bowen. Andrea Boyatis. Sean P. Boyle. Lisa Ann Brees. Stephanie H. Brennan. Stacy L. Brzezinski. Francis Brifu. Joseph M. Brizuela. Amanda Renee Brown. Nicole Lynn Brown. Lindsay Ruth Bruno. Kyle Lawrence Buckler. Anthony A. Booker. Edmund Joseph Bungie. Brittany Helen Bush. Daniel Donegan Bush. Kevin R. Besund. Christine Catherine Bushdack. Evan Lawrence Butchin. John Ryan Byrne. Cassidy Burns. Danielle Kakowski. Jessica M. Campbell. Jonathan Caraballo. Kristen M. Cardoza. Joseph John Corrado. Scott Justin Carter. Christopher A. Caruso. Lauren Elizabeth Caruso. Vitaly Kukutsu.
Thomas J. Castles. Adam Daniel Sesnek. Alexander Fernando Chang. Eric David Chang. Grace Chen. Quan Chen. Abel Chen. Russell Chen. Stephanie Chen. Wei Chen. Michael T. Chernowitz. Anna Chesnokova. Jonathan H. Chin. Ding Chi Chu. Huan Yun Cho. Mark Choi. Joseph Scott Choma. David Chu. Daniel Raymond Siak. Alana Marie Simagilia. Anna Blumenthal. Leanne Bronzo. Benjamin Grobstein. Sana Vajid. Christine Marie Cetera. Lauren Constance Clay. Daniel Ryan Cohen. Rachel Beth Cohen. Suzanne Valerie Cohen. Amy Kathleen Calalilo. Kate Elizabeth Colchi. Michelle Marion Cole. Alyssa Comro. Christopher James Conjusta. Darielle Ashley Connor. Alexander Bruce Carini. Cameron Robert Carini. Michael Patrick Corona. Maria Isabel Corrales. Melissa Cuomo. Kyle A. Kuprovich. Mayor Daftari. Gina Nicole Danza. Livingston Adam Datkowitz. Eric Anthony Davila. Stephen Carter Davis. Minaj Diaram. Michael Thomas LaPrette. Megan Lynn DeMarco.
Daniel W. Denson. David Denson. Stephen Tyler DeStefano. Craig Stewart Distel. Vitaly Dmitriev. Christina Domenicini. Kristen Ann Drozdowski. Stephen G. Dudek. Scott Edward Dunphy. Nicholas Zelak. Derek Effa. Christopher Ide. Zaman Ide. Deborah Karen Elson. Nicholas David Engelhardt. Donna Enriquez. Michaela A. Enriquez. Nicole Y.M. Eon. Edward V. Ehrlich. Dmitry Esterov. Robert Christian Viray Estor. Rose Ann Eveleth. Christine Marie Faccarelli. Amir X. Faxadeh. Steve Fakiev. Rebecca Ann Feigenbaum. Alexander Drew Feld. Constantine Feldman. Craig Scott Haber. Lori Brooke Seidman. Landon Jeffrey Stoller. John Ferguson. Dana Nicole Feitbaum. Helen S. Fine. Helen Finkel. Joseph M. Fisher. Lital Fisher. Yevgeny Mark Flaxenberg. Bart Christopher Miles Fraley. Michael Joseph Franchino. Jenna Fran Freiberg. Thomas Michael Gattiala. Justin Michael Galla. Megan Lynn Gallagher. Kathy Gao. Yang Gao. Carmine J. Gargano. Matthew Joseph Gattuso. Douglas Edward Gaudio. Stephanie Ann Geist. Benjamin N. Georgiadis. Maria Guyman.
I get this next one.
Mina Gali.
Pael Ghosh. Arlene Gill. Mary Ann Gerges. Peter Aziz Gerges. Alon A. Gitlin. Hallie Rebecca Gittleman. Eric J. Glass. Yelena Glukova. Eric M. Goldberg. Lori Danielle Goldenberg. Matthew C. Golitz. Michael Galad. Dmitry Golubovitz. Oscar Darius Gonzalez. Leonid Goral. Felicity Evangeline Gordon. Rachel Elizabeth Gosman. Jessica Ashley Grader. Justin Ryan Granite. Nicholas Grau. Lara Bryn Greenberg. Joshua Andrew Greenhouse. Alexander Robin Grease. Eugene Grigoriev. Nicholas James Grimaldi. Rebecca Gross. Sarah Gross. Barry Jessica Grossman. Matthew J. Guerra. Gina Marie Guito. Caitlin Ashley Ann Giro. Jessica Marie Galutz. Michael S. Gundel. Munira Sahir Gunja. Yadam Ha. Ali S. Habib. Jacqueline Kate Hadley. Jessica Megan Hadley. Lauren Joy Hakim. Yu Yon Han. Monica A. Hanna. Peter M. Hanna. Monica Wyden. Sally Hanna. Marion Hator. Stephen N. Hator. Liron Haviv. Derek Anthony Hawkins. Allison Sabrina Heiberger. Megan Elizabeth Herbst. Randy Varai Hernandez.
Andy J. Herrera. Caitlin Allison Hertheli. Samantha Faye Hewitt. Susanna J. Hidalgo. Stephanie Higa. Daniel James Hodges. Marissa Robin Hoffman. Heather Holkley. Stephanie Hong. Arletta Hostelowitz. Greg M. Hosey. Lily Howell. Victoria Shah. David E. Shung. Jessica Teresa Honemeter. Adam Spencer Hurst. Jason L. Hui. Vinay K. Ingle. Robert Walter Inglehofer, Jr. Aaron Zankel. Corinne Nicole Ivak. Jayshree Iyer. Diana Rossetti Jacobson. Gabriella Celestine James. Kushbu Jani. Miriam Jaziak. Julia D. Jen. Alexander R. Kesar. Jacqueline A. Kesar. Vamsi K. Kalari. Ashley Kalk. Ezra Zankel. Nayung Kang. Sui Gao. Aaron M. Kaplan. Michelle Randy Kaplan. Jason D. Karlowski, Gary Katz, Gagandeep Kaur, Jeremy S. Kirshner, Lindsay Blair Kessler, Mina N. Khalil, Fitza Asif Khan, Sana I. Khan, Jennifer Kielbus, David Kamel, Inhwan Kim, Jaetrun Kim, Samuel Kim, Janelle Nicole King, Lindsay Morgan Kipnis,
Kevin Charles Kirby, Kevin L. Kirkley, Lisa Michelle Kirshner, Tracy Lynn Kish, Carissa Marie Clemensitz, Eric B. Neef, Chelsea Ann Knobloch, Ashahila Colasetti, Philip Kohler, Tiffany Marie Condilis, Roger Condos, Ryan Lewis Korn, Herschel B. Kathari, Christopher Kutis, Julie Ann Koso, Andrew J. Krajewski, Alexander Krimberg, Kavitha Krishnamurthy, Ashley E. Krekel, Anne Elizabeth Krug, Victoria Krupnik, Stephen A. Kulashenko, Pramod Gururaj Kulkarni, Samir Kumar, Olga Kusinets, Michael J. LaRue, Sarah Jane LaRosa, Jeremiah L. Lachaud, Jonathan Frank LaDuca, Armand Michael Lemming, Casey Beth Landman, Christy Ann Lang, Eric Parker Larson, Toby Sarah Lass, Erica Latichow, Phoebe Law, Elizabeth Rose Leahy, Ashley C. Lee, Henry Dong Lee, Jennifer Lee, Samuel D. Lee, Paul Ian Langer, Daniel Isaac Lurcher, Boris Levin, Greg Michael Levine, Whitney B. Levine, Christine Ann Lewis, Jasmine Monique Lewis, Eric Abrutin, Ariel Elizabeth Boson, Eric S. Brumberg,
Xiao Ray Chen, Michael Sipley, Patricia Ann Corella, April A. Davis, Advocola Josephine Awasaba, Angelon Endor, Janice Miwad, Justin Thomas Devery, Arthur Galarza, Diana S. Georgie, John Santino Giampetro, Samantha Mary Gomez, Maurice William Grant, Timothy LaShaw Grant, Dong H. Kang, Eunice Eugene Kim, Kevin Kopsko, Heather Ann Kuchin, Kathleen Joyce Leone, Lou, Adam Gregory Lowe, David Patrick Madura, Melissa Jeanette Markert, Cody Matthew Martin, Susie Rafat Magala. Nicole Ashley Milbrod. Yevgen Mustafayev. Andrew V. Honor. Natalia Portnoy. Akila Prabhakar. Alina Rybakov. Matthew Solomon. Sky Princess Serrano. Allison Joy Stock. Mandy Sito. Samson Wang. Meredith Z. Shu. Stephanie Bramson. Julie Lauren Stevens. Haley Lauren Appleby. Allison Lee Balkoff. Jerry David Beck. Joshua L. Becker. Jake Everett Dombrowski. Aaron Lee Gilbert. Daniel Joshua Gilbert. John S. Gramando. Evan J. Hoffman. Samantha Barry Kamen. Taylor Alexandra LaCaruba. Sarah Courtney McHale.
Laura Ann Petriello. Brandon Raubach. Craig Michael Schlesinger. Mark Joseph Ullman. Brittany Elise Young. Lindsay Beth Young. Samantha Zimmerman. Robert Craig Lazark. Lauren Ho Ling Lee. Thomas W. Lee. Yao Lee. Yuntong Lee. Shinshu Liao. Judy Lin. Christopher N. Lippin. Daniel Liu. Jennifer Liu. Yu Liu. Yu N. Liu. Andrew K. Lowe. Catherine Lowe. Thomas Stephen Lopez. Antonio Lopez. Michael Brian Lovich. Caitlin Julia Luxius. Isaac Lung. Ashley Nicole Lurker. Michael L. Luray. Victoria Hope Matafari. Somia V. Madula. Robert Joseph Maggiotto. Helena B. Major. Stacy Marie Menken. Faye Maria Macris. Rashid P. Maniar. Shi Dong Mao. Maria Francesca Morcianti. Melissa Joy Marzak. Danielle Jessica Morgilis. Eric Michael Maitland. Amanda Ashley Stankowitz. Gary Thomas Marosi. Kristen M. Mara. Jason Leo Marrero. Christina May Marsh. Amanda Marie Martin. Christine Masasato. Sheena Masters. Ritesh Mathur. Justina F. Mata. David Mayer.
Megan M. Mayo. Mariangela Mazzola. Tanya McBain. Crystal R. McCaig. James M. McCloskey. Charles Ryan McDonough. James F. McGlynn. Kimberly Ann McGowan. Ryan McGore. R.T. M. Mehta. Rebecca Y. Menda. Lenore F.Y. Bayagos Mendoza. David Garrett Methner. Stephen Keith Methner.
Top one, John Andrew Myers.
John Andrew Myers. Stephen S. Michael. Eric Scott Michelson. Timothy Michael Micklick.
Mealy.
Eric James Mealy. Tara J. Milan. Alexis Miller. Amanda Lee Miller. Smriti K. Mishra. Diwan Mo.
Congratulations.
Lori Robin Mondry. Paul H. Moquin. Anthony V. Mora. Daniel Christopher Morales. Stephanie Kimberly Moy. Marine Ruhi Mughal. John M. Mustafa. Lisa Rachel Mutnick. Marissa Nadeau. Ashna S. Nath. Gregory Naviello. Marissa Charlotte Needell. Jason Vladimir Nerabecki. Stephen Nicholas Nettie. Jared Scott Nevins. Melanie Sarah Nevitt. Amanda Elizabeth Newsom. Daniel J. Eng. Victoria Nikoleva. Lisa Ann Nota. Daniel Evan Nowicki. Rahima Oberoi. Catherine O'Dahl. Nana Ofori. Philip Christopher Oliveto. Michael M. Oper. Karen Lee Oren.
Christopher A. Ortato. Giovanni J. Pagano. Lauren Peda. Andre Vickers. Aditya Panda. Elias Vasilos Papagiannis. Brian Jared Pachachow. Amit D. Patel. And Keith Y. Patel. Tejas H. Patel. Ken Patel. Madhavi D. Patel. Colleen Pateta. Adam Pulowski. Peter Penaflor. Gina Marie Pensavalli. Tobias Perlstein. Craig Louis Perez. Joseph E. Peterson. Scott R. File. Marion Miles B. Pinlock. Megan Riley Placito. Derek Brandon Plavin. Fabian Dwayne Pleasant. Emily Ann Plum. Kristen Eileen Poling. Lindsay Michelle Pollock. Vadim Postniak. Vincent Maurice Quaglieri. Anaya Rachatuboni. Christopher S. Ragland. Caitlin Mary Redding. Nicole Andrea Redona. Frederick Thomas Remlinger. Regina Revich. Anselmo Reyes. Allison Michelle Riccio. Danielle Nicole Rice. Anthony Riera. Corey Douglas Riggs. Victoria Ritchie. Jose Leonardo Rivera. Brian Robles. Brittany Lee Rodman. Vincent Edward Rodriguez. Zachary Quinn Rosario. Callie Roth. Danielle Marie Roth. Take your time. Beata Reutberg. Emily Ann Rubenstein.
Michelle Lauren Ruggiero. Nicholas James Ruggalo. Brianna F. Russo. Alyssa Ryan. Vladislav Rivkin. Rebecca Razuski. Sam Sude. Amy Rebecca Sacco. Rachel Faith Sachs. Yao Sechi. Sherwin Salar. Nicholas Alexander Salazar. Brian Scott Saltzman. Oscar Ivan Sanchez. Nicole P. Sangani. Kevin G. Sanadad. Erica Robin Sapphire. Hiroyuki Sato. Paul James Savage. Lauren A. Sachs. Karan Singh Sayal. Dara S. Schaefer. Daniel Paul Scatoni. Justin Lee Schlesselfeld. Stacy A. Schneier. Kristen M. Shorp. Ernest Schramm. Marnie B. Schultz. Gina Michelle Scholes. Lee Ross Selby. Kristen Michelle Simonak. Jonathan David Schaefer. Sachiv Shah. Shafali N. Shah. Daniel R. Shalikar. Joshua R. Shalikar. Alla Shatskov. Gil Sheffer. Christy Lauren Sheridan. Seth E. Sherry. Yi Shi. Rebecca Shield. Elizabeth Stein. Catherine Marie Schultz. Matthew D. Shoemaker. Nadine Sideros. Samir Siddiqui. Mina Saddam. Mira Saddam. Ryan Benjamin Siegel. Jamie Lynn Sigmund.
Samantha Beth Silver. Alex Marley Severi. Laura F. Silverman. Krista Simikich. Brian Sims. Dana Chanel Simpson. Aaron T. Sin. Samir Singh. Eric Michael Smith. Yannick E. Smith. Aisha Sahal. Sama M. Solomon. Kara Solomon. John M. Summer. Ashley Sotomayor. Joseph Louis Stamil. Lauren Nicole Steinberg. Sophia Steinberg. Kristen Laura Strandberg. Jennifer Stephanie Strapko. David K. Shu. Michael David Sullivan. Julia Supernova. Trevor E. Swanson. Lee Ann Sweeney. Julie Elise Switkiss. Ariel Tager. Brian J. Talbot. Brian Ross Tepper. Manoj P. Thakor. Brian Michael Thier. Christina Tyler. Giovanna Marie Thomore. Jin Ying Sen. Megan Ann Tizano. Jonathan Toe. Vincent Richard Taco. Pierre Toma. Sejal J. Topawala. Lauren Ashley Tirado. Lorraine Michelle Sang. Tara Sue. Casey Gabrielle Tucker. Tina Ifiomia Ukawuba. Eric S. Vader. Blade Vaganek. Reedy K. Rudia. Arun Varanasi. William F. Vargo III.
Kristen Denise Vasquez. Marichelle Ann Villapando. Yasaswi S. Vishnubhutla. William Thomas Volta. Felix Michael Valiand. Matthew Barry Roginde Tav. Roginde. Michael J. Wagenblast. Faizine Wajid. Stephen E. Vogel. Jessica Lauren Wallach. Naomi Rachel Wallace. Hao Yun Wang. Eric Wang. Lee Wang. Christopher T. Warren. Charles Adam Wasserman. Jared Robert Wasserman. Marissa Hope Wexler. David Way. Ian Weiss. Joshua Philip Weitz. Caitlin M. Westcott. Ryan S. Willie. Caitlin Ann Westuba. Eric Nicholas Wong. Nikki Bo Wong. Patrick H. Wong. Wei Chun Wei Wong. Yannick Mondesir Wood. Robert William Warnecki. Jason Yang. Tracy Yang. Dean Yaboa. Earl Kyung Jae Yi. Ki Young Min Yi. Hannah Yuk. Brandon William Young. Lillian L. Young. Saad M. Yunus. Ning Yue. Tim Zhang. Jenny Zhao. Blair Zhao.